There's a relationship in your life right now that feels impossible to reach. A bond that was once warm and alive, now cold, distant, or completely severed. You have tried forgiveness, silence, conversation, and time, and none of it has fully restored what was lost. What if the problem is not the relationship itself, but the word you have been using to understand it? Jesus did not speak the Greek word for love. He spoke something older, deeper, and far more powerful. That word is huba, and it exists in the Aramaic that Jesus spoke every single day of his life. Before this teaching ends, you will understand why huba changes everything about how you relate to others and to yourself. The bond that won't stop hurting. Every person watching this carries at least one relationship that has left a mark. It might be a friendship that dissolved without explanation, a family bond fractured by something neither side fully understands, or a love that ended before it was finished. These are not small things. The Gnostic tradition understood that human beings are not solitary creatures by design. They are created for resonance, for connection, for bonds that mirror the divine. When those bonds break or strain, something inside the soul registers it not just emotionally but spiritually. The wound is real. The disconnection is real. And the ache that follows, the one that quiet evenings and sleepless nights make louder, is your soul recognizing that something essential has been interrupted. What was lost when Aramaic became Greek? When the New Testament was translated from Aramaic into Greek, the translators chose a noble word for love, agape. It carried ideas of goodwill, charity, and selfless intention. But in choosing agape, something specific was left behind. Jesus did not speak Greek. He spoke Aramaic, and in Aramaic, the word for the deepest bond between people is huba. Huba does not simply mean goodwill toward another. It means something closer to an unbreakable inner resonance, a love that is not conditional on behavior, performance, or proximity. Huba is the love that exists before the wound and remains after it. When Jesus spoke about how to love those who have hurt you, about honoring your father and mother, about remaining bound to one another, he was speaking huba. And huba does not translate. It transmits. If these Gnostic teachings are awakening a desire for inner transformation within you, we prepared Dois Guides, the sacred words, where this journey begins. The link is pinned in the comments. What huba actually requires of you. Here is what huba changes about the way you see every strained relationship in your life. The Aramaic understanding of huba taught by Jesus was not an emotion to be maintained. It was a state of recognition. To love with huba means to recognize the divine origin of the other person regardless of what they have done. It means holding the sacred nature of a bond even when the human behavior surrounding it has been painful or unjust. Huba does not require you to accept mistreatment. It requires you to remain in contact with the truth of who the other person is, at their deepest level, like you, navigating density and confusion. This is not romantic idealism. This is the teaching Jesus embedded in every instruction he gave about human connection. Jesus and the relationships that tested huba. Jesus demonstrated huba in the moments that most challenged it. When he encountered the woman at the well, a person carrying layers of social shame and broken relationships, he did not address her failures. He addressed her thirst. He saw past the wound to the soul beneath it. This is huba in action. The capacity to remain in contact with the divine nature of another person even when their surface is damaged. The Gospel of John preserves another moment. Jesus with his disciples on his final night, asking them to hold huba for one another, the way he had held it for them, not as a command, as a living transmission. Huba is not a virtue to be performed. It is a frequency to be received and passed forward. Get ready! In the next video, I will reveal more sacred Aramaic words that unlock deeper spiritual understanding. Turn on notifications so you don't miss it. How to carry huba into the relationship that needs it. Here is how you carry huba into the relationships that are difficult right now. Begin not with the other person, but with yourself. The Aramaic masters understood that you cannot transmit what you have not first received. So before you approach the relationship that is causing pain, sit in stillness and speak the word. Huba, let it move through you as a recognition, not a performance. Then bring the face of the person to mind. Not what they did, but who they are beneath what they did. Hold both things at once. The hurt is real, and so is their soul. This is what Jesus practiced and what he asked his disciples to practice. Huba does not erase difficulty. It restores your capacity to remain in the relationship with clarity, dignity, and an open center. Visit Divine Light Academy, my site dedicated to bridging ancient spirituality and modern living. There you will find my advanced guides and a deep journey into Aramaic, the living language of the Masters designed to help you access states of deep resonance, clarity, and personal revelation. The link is pinned in the comments. What Jesus gave when he spoke Oble was not a feeling to be chased or a standard to be measured against. It was an invitation to return to the deepest truth about every bond you carry, that beneath the story, beneath the hurt, beneath the silence, there is a soul that originated in the same light as yours. Huba is the word that holds that truth in place when everything else makes you want to let go. Speak it over the relationships that need it. Speak it quietly, privately, sincerely. Let it do what Jesus always intended it to do. Not fix the surface, but restore the foundation. Right now, before you close this video, come to the comments and tell us, what did you feel? What shifted? We read every single response. And if this teaching found you today, subscribe to this channel. Every week, we go deeper into the ancient frequency codes that were always meant to be yours.